Welcome. Yeah, good morning for me.
Okay. Thank you again for joining us and your time today. We looking forward to hear you of what's going on in soccer world, especially in U.S. college soccer world, with the situation with COVID. You know, the spring season has canceled, and your season about to start in fall. What's going on? How your preparation for your team? And also like to hear about your thought and process of what are you looking for and recommendation for the people who attend on the line here. Many family have kids play golf and play soccer, and also looking forward to come here in US. With that, I'd like to turn over to you, Alex.
Okay. I think I have to share the screen, correct?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I'll share my screen with everybody. I hope you can see the PowerPoint. Can you see it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, my name is Alex Pama. I'm the head men's soccer coach at Life University here in Atlanta, Georgia. I think I've been a couple times to Thailand and one time to the Philippines. So maybe I've seen some of you already, or you've seen me, or you've seen me work. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the university, the college process, what we're looking for in players worldwide, because we recruit players worldwide, and talk a little bit about the COVID-19 situation and how we train, what we do, kind of give you an insight in that. So if everybody can see my screen, then the information about Life University, like I said, we are in Atlanta, Georgia. We have about 3,000 students. Of those 3,000 students, there are about 400 student athletes. The university that offers many, many degrees, but we are known for the doctor of chiropractic program, physical therapy, athletic training care, exercise science, psychology, business management. Those are some of our more favorite degrees that our students are following. So if you're interested in those degrees, then we might be a good fit for you. We are a very international school, Life University. Atlanta is an international city already. I mean, 5 million people live in Atlanta, a lot of different nationalities. But in our school, we have 45 different countries represented in the university. Our student to faculty ratio is 16:1. So that is a very good number. If you are a student who needs a lot of attention from your teachers, your professors, then we might be a good fit. Okay, so we don't have a lot of auditoriums with 500 students in them to one professor. And the annual cost of attendance to attend Life University, it's a private school, is about $23,000 a year. That includes your tuition, your books, your housing, and your meal plan. So that basically covers everything. We, as a soccer program, obviously give scholarships as well for our most talented player, but some of our players do not get a scholarship. They do get a spot on the team, but they do not get a scholarship. So basically, in the United States, you have a couple of pathways to play soccer, both men and women. We also, by the way, at Life University have a women's program. There's some noise, George, on the line. If that's great. Okay. NCAA Division III, then you have the NAIA, and you have the junior colleges. In Division III, you have to understand that at the Division III level, there are no athletic scholarships that they can give out. So only academic scholarships can be given out. All the other levels, Division I, Division II, and the NAIA and junior college, you can receive an athletic scholarship. And often, a lot of universities offer both an academic and an athletic scholarship. So if your grades are really good and you're obviously a very good soccer player, then we can probably give you both. Okay. Life University plays in the Mid-South Conference. That is, so the United States has a lot of conferences spread out over the entire country. You can imagine the US is very, very large. We're playing in the Mid-South. That is predominantly the East Coast and the Southeast, as we say in the United States. So our conference, soccer, we play in Ohio, Georgia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. So those are the four states that we compete in. I listed some of the universities that we play against. They're in our conference. And the way it works for championships is the champion of the regular season and the champion of the conference tournament, those are two separate competitions, is qualifying for the national championship, which is held in late November, early December. So a little bit about the university, my team here at Life University. So we are number 23 in the country right now. So the United States love to do rankings. So they look at, there's about 350 men's soccer programs just in the NAIA program. And they rank the teams. So out of the 350 teams, we're probably number 23 in the country. Well, we are. I mean, that's what the officials rank us last season. Our record last season was 13 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie. We made it into the second round of the national tournament. We won the regular season. So we qualified for the national tournament. We won the first round, lost in the second round. So obviously this year, our goal is to go and win the whole thing. We have 38 players on our roster, and they come from 24 different countries. We have every continent in the world represented on our team, except for Australia, Oceania. We don't have that player from there, but everywhere else, Asia, Europe, South America, North America, Africa, we have players represented on the squad. So our regular season, which is coming up right now, so we're even though we have the COVID-19 virus, we are still planning ahead. I spoke this morning already to my athletic director to start the season in August. That's when we start our preseason. So most of our players are flying in the end of July. They're going to go through, the new players are going through some medical tests, and then we start our preseason. In the preseason, we play 2 friendly games, scrimmages. We are allowed 3. We are playing 2 for our team. We play Atlanta United, which is of course a Major League Soccer program, and then we play Tormenta, which is a team that plays a league below the major leagues. And those will be good test case for my guys to find out what the lineup needs to be, who we need to play, who we need to play in terms of the 38 players, because everybody gets playing time in those scrimmages. And then September 1, we have our home opener against Truett McConnell University. We have a non-conference schedule. Typically in America, the United States colleges, they start with a non-conference schedule. So you play some teams outside of your conference. The coaches can schedule those games themselves. They don't have to, it's not part of a league or requirement. So we can play basically anybody. This year we only play, I think, 3 or 4 non-conference games, and then we go into our conference schedule. Because our conference now consists out of 12 universities, that's going to be quite a busy time, and that's why we don't have enough room to schedule more non-conference games. Then after the schedule is over, after the conference schedule is over, we have a ranking. So there in the conference, we are keeping track of standings, and the top 8 teams qualify for the conference tournament, and then it's a knockout system. So number 1 plays number 8 in the ranking in the conference, and then 2 versus 7 and so on. And then you lose, you're done. If you win, you keep going until the final. Last year, my team, besides winning the regular season and being seeded number 1, we also made it to the conference championship game, the final game, which we lost to the number 2. You play all the way to the end of November. But then comes the national tournament. So the top, in our case, 48 teams in the country qualify for the national tournament, and we play the national championship. Same principle. You lose, your season is over, it's done. You win, you keep on going, and you play it all over the country. So had we won our second round game, our next game, our third round game was going to be in Los Angeles. So that's a 5-hour flight from Atlanta and a 3-hour time difference. It's the other side of America, basically. Okay. The spring season is a little bit different. So we have a fall season, which is very important for us. We are a fall sport. The spring season consists out of 6 to 8 weeks of training, and then we play 3 or 4 scrimmages, friendly games. Typically what we do in our program at Life is we play everybody, including our reserve guys, in the spring scrimmages. So everybody gets a chance to convince the coaching staff that maybe for the next fall, they need to be considered for the lineup. As you can see from the pictures, we have a large attendance as well at our games. So this is probably of most interest to all of you that have ambitions to come play in the United States, to play soccer in the United States. We are a little bit different in the way we go about it, but not much from most universities in terms of how, where do we recruit new players. So most universities in the NAIA, because we have less rules than the NCAA, which is a different organization, we can sign players from all over the world, basically. Players typically send us videos, and in those videos they give us bio information. So, you know, your date of birth, your email address, your contact information, some information about your parents, about your career history, you know, where have you played, and so on. The videos, we'd like for them to be of high quality. At Life University, we get about 3,000 videos a year from players all around the world. So for next year, for example, we have 6 spots available, 7 spots for 2021. So we have to make a selection out of 3,000 videos to see which players we want to continue to talk to and see if we can make a scholarship offer to those players. There are also several agents around the world. In Asia, we work with George's agency exclusively. So agents who we trust, who give us good players, who you know what an SAT, ACT, TOEFL scores are, and put you through those tests. Make sure we have those that information prior to you arriving at Life University. So at Life, we work in Asia with George's group. In Europe, we have a group, 2 groups that we work with. We work with one group in Africa, and then we have one group in South America that we work with. Those are just agents that over the last 3, 4, 5 years we have trusted, come to trust. They give us good players. They fly us out to their events so that we can see the players. We can look at potential players. So that's how we also do a lot of our recruiting. And then in the United States, there are several showcases that we are invited to attend. So tournaments, showcases where organizers are asking college coaches to come. They'll put us up in a hotel, give us meals, you know, pay for our transportation often. And then we get to see players from the United States as well. On our team at Life, our ratio is about 70% is international, 30% is American. So gives you an idea of our players. Okay, so at Life, I hope everybody can see this. At Life, we are working what I call the Moneyball system. It's a player identification program. So if you can see, can everybody see this? Nod if you can. Okay.
We see it. Thanks.
Okay, good. Thank you, George. So we are looking, if you go to the left column, we are giving 1 point per category. So when we look at a player, we look at your technical ability, we look at your intelligence, so how smart are you, your decision-making on the field. We look at your speed, and we look at your physical play. That doesn't mean you have to be 6'5", but even are you strong? Can you hold off players from the ball? And then we look at your mentality, your effort. You know, so those are the 5 things. We are giving you a point for each one of those categories. Sometimes half a point, sometimes 2/10 of a point. You know, but then we come to a grade, and that grade we stick on you. We do the same with our own players at Life University. So once you're on the team, each practice, you're going to get a grade from the coaching staff. So after practice, the coaches are meeting, and we go through each player, and each player gets a grade. That grade gets put into a spreadsheet, and then we look at the average at the end of the week. So that kind of gives us an idea of where you're at. We do the same in recruiting. So if you go to the second column with our methodology, we can kind of predict how our season is going to go based on those grades. So if we look at, in America, win percentage is very, very important for universities. That's how coaches keep their job. We have to win games. And that's important for you too, that your coach keeps a job, especially if he's giving you a scholarship. Because when a new coach comes in, he or she does not have to honor the scholarship agreement that the previous coach has done. A scholarship is only valid for 1 year, and then each year it's getting renewed. Okay, so for example, at Life University last season, the average of our players was 3.72. That means that the players scored very high in the technical, intelligence, speed, physical, and mentality. Our win percentage in 2019 was 0.72. So that was quite high as well. And you can see we won the championship in our season. We got to the national tournament. So we can determine from a player, we can determine if we, for example, see a player in a showcase, and we see that player and we rate that player, for example, at a 2.5, then we know that that player, we have to ask ourselves the questions as coaches, can we bring that player up to maybe a 3.5 if we improve one of the 5 grading points right here, or not? And if not, if the answer is no, or we don't have the time to do that, then we probably will not recruit that type of player. So we will look for a player who is more scoring in between a 3 and a 4, so has done well in these 5 categories. So if a player has not a lousy effort, lousy mentality, player physically is very easy to push off the ball, player is not very fast, but technically very good, he understands the game very well, then we say maybe 2.2, 2.3, we have to give that player. So that's how we work at Life. And then, like I said, we look at the practices. Your practice grade counts for 1. And then your game score, because we score you also after the game, counts times 2. And then from Monday through Sunday, we have a complete picture of you and where you stand in your grade point average. And then we can predict somewhat, if we can do that for the whole team, what our season is going to look like in terms of win percentage. So this is the system that we work at Life University. Okay, so our practices at Life University, we have our regular practices without the COVID-19. Let's talk about that for a little bit. So we have a turf field and we have a grass field, stadium field that we can practice on, play on. We have, like I said, 38 players on our roster. We have 5 to 6 coaches each practice present at the training ground. We train 5 days a week. We have 2 days off. We typically give the boys Saturday, Sunday off, and then during the week we train. We divide the groups up in 2, so there will be a group of 16 to 18 players, depending on injuries or class. Some players might have class. And then we have typically 2 to 3 coaches per group that work with that group. We can only train, and the same is true for the NCAA and the NAIA, we can only train 24 weeks out of the year. So 24 weeks out of the year, we are allowed to train. So every practice has to count for something. It has to be prepared properly. It has to run very smoothly, and we want the maximum out of it each practice. We will not allow our players to slack off or take a night off or a morning off. We want to use all of the time that we have to train. So as you can see, maybe a little bit from the video. Oh, I'll go a little bit too fast. You can see a little bit from the video. This video was taken last fall. Right now, our stadium has been increased to 4,500 seats. So where you see the hill in the back, right over here, there's now a big stand, and then there's seats being put on that have been put on the concrete. And where this tree is, everything is gone. That's where our new strength and conditioning and locker room building is being constructed as we speak. So love to show you some more through George, about the updates of our stadium. So this is typically a regular practice week and practice training. We've had that until COVID-19 broke out here in the US till beginning of March. We trained like this. And then since that, and you see my son here in the video with one of my academy players. I also run a youth academy here in Atlanta, so I will come to that in a minute. But my son plays for Atlanta United, the pro academy. So I will play this video. Since then, we are training individually. There's a lot of polls coming by. So we're training individually with the players in small groups. So we do individual training. We do Zoom sessions. So with our players to keep them engaged, keep them fit. Zoom tactical sessions. So we do some board sessions with them. We do video analysis sessions with them. So, and then we do a lot of fast footwork. So we do players in small boxes, 3x3. They're working on their left foot, left and right foot. Any level can do this. Doesn't matter where your level is as a player. And we do this also via Zoom and video. I sent George already, I think, a Zoom session from last night that he probably can share with all of you guys. So you can then follow that training and do it at home. There's a lot of fitness incorporated in as well. And we like this training because it's muscle memory training. And by repeating the drills over and over, your brain automatically will get adjusted to it. Okay. So that was about the university. I also run an academy in Atlanta, a youth academy. We had one player from Thailand come over, Alif, who joined us last summer. And he came over to train with my academy, play with my academy in a tournament. And then he also had a trial with Atlanta United. Unfortunately, because of COVID-19, he was supposed to get back to Atlanta United in April for his final trial. And obviously that is now canceled, but it will be rescheduled for a later date, hopefully this year. So we have about 2,000 players in our academy. 1,400 play recreational soccer, so the lower level tier. 600 play what we call in America select or academy play. That's the higher plays. That's where the college coaches are recruiting from. We have 320 girls in the program. I coach myself also 2 girls teams. And 100% of our girls get a scholarship into college. And then we have 280 boys in our academy as well. So for the boys, some of the boys, they want to go into college. Other boys want to go to Atlanta United, to the Major League Soccer Pro Academy, like my son did. So that is what we run as well. And through George, we can give opportunities to players to come to America. We will house them. We will put them up. If the player takes care of his airline ticket, we will do the rest. We will give you a uniform, practice uniform, and let you play in a tournament or in showcase, college showcase in front of college coaches to give you an opportunity to be seen that way as well. So we have done that, like I said, in the past, and we are willing to do that again in the future because of our relationship with George's company in Asia. So we are doing that as well. So, having done all the talking, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now, and I'll answer them the best I can.
Hey, thank you, Alex, and well, thank you again for a lot of information. I launched a poll, and it seemed to me that half and half of the people don't know the difference between NCAA and NAIA. If you can help explain it a little bit, and also get into the soccer competitiveness of the league.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get back to that slide real quick. To the slide of the NIA, right? Or the NCAA. Okay.
Yeah.
So, the NCAA is a little bit more strict. They have an age restriction on their on the players that are coming in, where in the NIA they don't. Typically, NCAA Division I schools, they need to have a certain amount of Olympic sports that they cover, and they are typically the larger schools. So these are schools with 20, 30, 40, 50,000 students on their campus. So it's almost like a small village that they run. In the Division II, Division III, and the NIA, there are typically smaller. They are typically smaller schools. I spoke already about Division III. Those schools do not hand out athletic scholarships. They only give out academic scholarships. So they are mostly, if you play for a Division III school, it's for academic reasons. You're there for academic reasons. On the women's side, on the girls' side, this is kind of the ranking in terms of competitiveness. So my screen right here, Division I, Division II, Division III, NIA, and then junior college. Those are kind of the levels on the women's side in terms of strength. On the men's side, it's a little different. On the men's side, the NCAA Division I and the NIA top 25 schools like Life University are almost equal. The difference is the size of the school, and because of that, because those Division I schools are a lot larger, they sometimes have more budget money. So they for example, fly to an away game where we have to take the bus to an away game. So that is the difference between the schools, but the levels, it's very competitive amongst the top 25 schools in Division I, Division II, and the NIA. Division III, it's getting a little tougher for them to compete with those top schools at the NIA level. The NIA level also has less rules. So coaches, for example, I can freely talk to you about anything. When I'm in Thailand or in the Philippines, I can go up to you and talk to you about, no matter where you are in your academic year, you could be a junior, a sophomore, or a freshman. I can go up to you and talk to you. Where the NCAA, because of all their rules, the coaches cannot talk to you. And this is important also because when you send an email or you call a coach in America or Skype a coach in America at the Division I or NCAA level, Division I or Division II level, they cannot talk to you or return your call in certain time periods. And if you are a freshman, they can't talk to you at all. So they really have to wait till a certain grade point where they can communicate with you. And then the NCAA also has some blackout periods. So in December, January, they are not allowed, the Division I schools, to have any communication with any player, so prospective player. Where the NIA schools, coaches can talk to you at any time. So that is something. So when a coach does not return your call or your email right away, it's for a reason, because he's not allowed to do that. But if you call him and he picks up the phone, then it's okay. But if you get his voicemail and he or she is not calling you back, then you know why. It could be something to do with the NCAA rules. Okay. I hope that explains a little bit.
Yeah, it's good, perfect. And and I like it when you say, top 25 NAIA, its equivalency, the competitiveness is pretty much the same. It's and I guess it's D1 in top 50 or top 100.
Yeah, I mean, I think around the top 50 in the NAIA and the top
Yeah.
50 in NCAA, it's Division I or II. It's very, very similar in
Okay.
level.
Great.
There's not much difference. Yeah.
And your live university is in Atlanta, centrally located in the warm area. You can play outside a whole year.
Yeah. So we are very close to Florida. In fact, my wife right now is in Florida at the beach. So, but we are about a 5-hour drive from the Florida beach, from the Gulf of Mexico. So we have a subtropical climate. In the summer, it's really, really hot. In the fall, in the spring, it is nice. And in the winter, it can be cold, but not too cold. Not like it is up north. If we have snow, then everybody goes crazy over here. They've never seen snow, a lot of people here. So, but yeah, it's the subtropical climate. We do have 4 seasons, which is nice. It's not just hot all the time. So, yeah, and Life University is about 25 minutes from the airport, which is the busiest airport in the world, Atlanta Airport. It connects to almost everywhere in the world. And then we are about 10 minutes from downtown Atlanta, but our campus has about 12 miles of hiking trails, a lot of green, a lot of trees. So it's a really beautiful place, you know, to go to school and study.
Great, wonderful. And for me, I can certainly endorse it. About a month and a half ago, or 2 months ago now, before the COVID started spread out here, I was at Live University, but you were away. But it's a beautiful campus, and it's, I mean, through the research, it's just, you know, it's very focused in the chiropractic and doctor's degree. Wonderful. Alex, and I know a lot of people seen your background and your bio from European experience. If you can share with us, what's the difference in terms of your experience between European system and US system here? Because you've been here about 8 or 10 years now, right? In US?
Yeah, in the US about 8 years now, yeah.
So what's the difference between the two? And why should they think about coming here in US?
Well, American soccer has really grown over the last 20 years. It has now become a mainstream sport. So it's getting better. European soccer is still number one, but what makes America unique is that you can combine studying with playing soccer. And that we don't have in Europe. So a lot of European players, if they find out, like every European boy has the dream to go play professional. They want to be a professional soccer player one day. But a lot of my players, they played for professional academies in Europe, and only 1 or 2 out of 100 in that pro academy will make it to the first team and make it as a pro. So a lot of guys, when they're 17, 18, 19, they figure out, okay, I'm not going to make it. So I'm now going to focus on my studies. And so they want to come to America and play and train. Now, my school is very popular because my staff and I, we have a professional background as coaches overseas, worked in the European professional leagues. So the training that we do is no different than what we do in Europe. The competition level is quite high, you know, in college soccer. So it's not. I would compare it probably to the 3rd division in Holland, where I managed in the 2nd division. The level I'm coaching right now is probably comparable to the 3rd division, and my team would do well there. So the environment, the level in Europe is still a little bit higher, but what we have as an advantage in the United States is that because of the pro soccer, Major League Soccer growing so fast and getting better and better and better in terms of level, my players, they are European players or players around the world. They think, okay, well, I can play for 4 years in college with Coach Alex and develop and still get better and play at a decent level. And at the same time, I always tell my players, the biggest trophy you can win is not the national championship trophy. That's the biggest trophy I can win, you know, but my players, the biggest trophy they win is their diploma, their degree, a university degree. Because once they have that degree, then the world is theirs. They can do whatever they want to do. And a lot of my players get great jobs after they are done with playing soccer. Some of my players, they go on, they play 4 years at our university, and then they go to the Major League Soccer draft. In America, we have a draft system. Same with NBA, same with NFL, the football or baseball, and the same as with soccer. So the players are going through a draft system out of college. And one of our players right now is being asked, to join the draft next year. But the nice thing is, like I talked to his parents about, is that he will have a degree once he goes into that draft. So he at least has a university degree, and that's his biggest trophy. So I'm very happy for him that, yes, he will continue his career as a professional, but he also has a degree. And in Europe, a lot of players, they go chase the dream of becoming a professional, but they forget about their academic, the academic part. So a professional career, I speak out of personal experience, only lasts for 12, 14 years, maybe, if you're lucky. And in those 12, 14 years, you have to bring in the money. And if you don't, if you always play at a marginal level and you're not making enough money, then what are you going to do when you're 35, 36 and your playing career is over? So you need to, if you have a college degree, university degree, it just enriches your life, not just during your playing career, but also after your playing career. So, and that's what makes America somewhat unique and attractive for players to come to play for a university like life.
Okay, well, that's the best say ever. The education part, and you've been through it through the whole cycle: player, coach, CEO of the club, and back again. You saw the whole thing, and then your experience will give and then point out with a lot of family here. So with that said, Alex, could you unshare your screen so we can see you a little bit better? So, yeah. I mean, with your comment and speech like that, I wish I go back 30 years ago and play for you. So, and you say nowadays you receive about 3,000 video and contact from different, perspective student athlete who want to come play for you. And thanks again for trusting us in Asia, and looking forward to develop and grow with you and bring your players. Because as I say, it's a beautiful campus, and now they can play for you. But your team, your assistant, also the national team player, or they were?
Yeah, I have a couple of assistants. I have one assistant coach from Korea. He played for the Korean national team. I have one assistant coach that is from Japan. He played for the Japanese national team. Some of my friends actually in Asia, like Kasuka Honda, who played for Japan, are very dear friends of mine. So I have some out of my pro days, some friends still in Asia. But yeah, my other assistant is from Scotland, and he worked with Rangers in Scotland. And then I have an assistant, two assistants from the United States. One of those assistants used to play for me. So he was a player, then he went to college and came back, and now he's working for me as a coach, both in my academy, my youth academy, and he combines it with coaching at Life University as well. So okay. It's nice to see that from when he was 14 till now I think he's 32. To see him grow from a young boy to a good man and husband, and so.
Yeah, it seemed like your team and your staff more like a professional club team.
Yeah, we do. We have athletic trainers as well on our staff. We have a doctor as well, so chiropractic, sports chiropractic. So everything is well organized at the training sessions. We are sponsored by Adidas, so the players have all the Adidas equipment. So anything they need, they're going to get. So.
Okay, good. And you have 6 to 8 spots for fall 2021.
Yeah, we have about I would say 8 spots available next year based on the people who are going to graduate and leave our program. So we are looking. We have our first Japanese player that's coming in this summer. So from Grampus Nagoya 8, I think he comes from their academy, and he is going to play for us here at Live. So we're excited about that. And then we hope to sign. I was in Philippines last spring, and I saw some very, very talented players there. In Thailand, I was there a couple of times. I've seen some very talented players. So we hope to sign one of those players as well from those regions.
Yeah, and thank you. Wonderful. Well, with that say, I'd like to introduce you to Kun Rob. Kun Rob, he's from Laos. So next time, that's him. So next time when you come to Asia again, when opportunity allows you to travel safely, we're certainly gonna bring you to Laos. He has academy there and work with many national players.
Yeah,
Okay.
looking forward to it. Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
So yeah, and we have our participant on the call here from Philippines, and their daughters playing like high level national team, and looking forward to come here, and hopefully they can join your program in your academy setting, right?
Yes, no, absolutely, and that's for boys or girls, girls as well. On the girls' side in America, there's too many schools and too few players. So if you're a girl, you have a big chance of being recruited by any level of those universities, those levels that I described. On the boys' side, it's a little bit more difficult because of Title IX. That's a law in the United States. So the boys are also competing with American football and with other sports. So the Title IX law is a law in America where the same number of scholarships that you give on the boys' side have to be given also on the girls' side. So if you have an American football team at your university, that's already 80 players. And if 60 of those 80 players get a scholarship, then they probably will not add a men's soccer team on as well, because that's more scholarships they have to give on the girls' side. So there are more girls' universities or universities with girls' soccer than there are universities in America with boys' soccer or men's soccer. So, but in my academy, any boy or girl that is really interested in playing, like I said, my offer through George stands for anybody that wants to join. If you get your airline ticket, we will pick you up from the airport. We will put you in a host family. We will take care of you for that week or 2 weeks that you're here in America to play with us, train with us, and then we will see if we can get you in front of some colleges and college coaches as well. So you have to be good enough, of course, because you are competing with American girls and American boys who are also trying to accomplish that. My daughter is, I have a 15-year-old daughter who also tries to get a scholarship into college. So her and her team are playing in a bunch of college showcases this coming fall. So yeah, anybody that wants to do that through my relationship with George, I'm willing to offer that to any of the players that are connected through his agency here in Atlanta.
Well, wonderful. Thank you again. And we certainly looking forward to camp and the tryout as soon as the COVID situation slow down. It could be excited more that we are working with you. And before you got in, I show you the video clip that you came with us in 2014. Mm-hmm. That's how long it is now. Almost 6 years since we know each other. So 14, you came back 15, and now you're coming back and expanding more countries. So with that say, any last word for our guests here today? Alex?
Oh yeah, I thought you meant they had a question for me. No, yeah, I mean, I hope everybody stays safe, of course, through this time. It's a crazy time in the world. in America, Georgia, we are doing well so far. So, but I hope we can all go back to what we love to do, and that's working with the players and the players working with the ball and being back on the field and resuming somewhat of our lives again. So I wish everybody, of course, good health, and I hope for everybody sincerely that you can get back doing what you love to do, play the beautiful game.
Okay, well, thanks again, Alex, and for everybody on the conference call today. I will send you a link that Coach Alex had shared with me yesterday regarding to practice and training during this time, and hopefully it will be information that and useful and you proceed. Thanks again, Alex, and everybody on the line, and we meet again soon. Stay safe.
All right, bye-bye.
เด็กหลายคนที่เก่งๆมารวมกันแล้วก็คุณครูเก่งๆมาจากหลายมหาวิทยาลัยมาสอนเราด้วยครับ
โครงการนี้เปิดโอกาสให้แบบเด็กไทยได้ไปเรียนต่างประเทศอะค่ะ
สวัสดีครับผมชื่อพลตรีเหรียญตุวงศ์ครับชื่อเล่นชื่อเบอร์ดี้ครับอายุ16ปีครับผมว่าโครงการในครั้งนี้นะครับมีข้อดีเยอะมากครับรู้สึกตื่นเต้นมากครับที่ได้รู้เทคนิคใหม่ๆหรือแผนการเล่นใหม่ๆตั้งแต่อายุเด็กหรือว่าจนโตมาที่พร้อมที่จะไปเล่นในมหาลัยในอเมริกาครับโครงการนี้เหมาะสำหรับทุกจุดประสงค์ครับคือคุณอยากจะเล่นอาชีพก็ไปเล่นที่นู่นได้โตที่นู่นได้แล้วก็นำกลับมาใช้ที่นี่ก็ได้เราสามารถไปเติบโตเรียนรู้อะไรสิ่งใหม่ๆที่ในอเมริกาได้ครับซึ่งน่าสนใจมากถ้าเราเทียบกับข้างในนี้เราสามารถเรียนรู้อะไรใหม่ๆเรียนรู้สิ่งใหม่ๆแล้วก็เจอโลกใหม่ๆครับ
Good grammar is important, but if you want to write essays that inspire, messages that forge brighter connections, and emails that get the job done, you need to think about more than just grammar and spelling. This sentence is grammatically correct, but it's wordy and hard to read. It undermines the writer's message and the word choice is bland. Grammarly's cutting
ขอบคุณนะครับสนับสนุนเราทุกปีนะครับ
ค่ะเมื่อวานคนที่ได้รับเข้าฝึกแล้วก็ขอต้อนรับสมาชิกใหม่ด้วยนะคะพวกเรามากขึ้นนะคะพี่ขอบอกกติกากันนิดนึงนะคะพอพี่บอกว่าไม่มีลูกบอลไปยืมเลยนะคะโอมก็ไม่มีแล้วลูกบอลโอมไปไหน
Brian, Coach John, Gester over there, becoming a better player, passing. Yeah. Yes. There you go. There you go. Good. Get it over. Yes. Yes.
They not hear me? I need it for the, all right.
Most schools. Hello. Greetings.
คัดเลือกตัวนักเตะเข้ามหาลัยที่อเมริกาครับ
I'll start with a general overview of the recruiting process. School and attending for soccer.
Show your interest in the academic recruiting you. So you want to be very personal. You want to be very personal. So instead of, we don't have pre-medicine. So Brian made a good point about
เขาติดต่อกับทางโรงเรียนก่อนแล้วก็อย่างที่สองก็คือเขาไปดูแมตช์การแข่งขันของทีมดูว่า
800 universities, maybe.
อยากได้บัตรไปดูหนังไหมครับอยากใช่ไหมครับโอเคครับเดี๋ยวเริ่มที่โค้ชการก่อนเลยครับเสียงปรบมือให้โค้ชการหน่อยครับ
เกี่ยวข้องกับทางด้านฟิตเนสร่างกายสมรรถภาพร่างกายของเราในการที่จะเล่นกีฬาฟุตบอลครับผมถ้าบาดเจ็บช่วงบนก็จะเป็นพวกโกลคีปเปอร์ให้กล้ามเนื้อของเราพร้อมแต่การบาดเจ็บของเรามันขยับได้แล้วนะครับก็ถามว่าการป้องกันจากเหตุการณ์อันนี้
ได้เล่นฟุตบอลครับได้ฝึกซ้อมกับทีมชาติด้วยเพราะว่าตอนนั้นที่สอนมาอะไรเขาบอกว่าสนใจเล่นทีมชาติชุดอยู่ในประถมหรือมัธยมจะปรับปรุงทักษะเราเพื่อเราในอนาคตเราจะเล่นได้เพราะว่าสมัยใหม่สมัยก่อนมันไม่เหมือนที่มันเล็กนะครับเราต้องเอาตัวรอดให้ได้ในที่เล็กนะครับ
Again 1 2 3ต่อไปเลยครับเบอร์7นะครับเห็นนะครับ Okay, my name is John Lowry. I come from the University of St. Thomas in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it's been an absolute pleasure to come to Thailand to work with the players. Nothing but impressed with their energy, their skill level, and it's been a great opportunity to learn more about not only the Thai culture, but the players here that could have interest to come overseas and play in the university system. So thank you. Look forward to another great day today, and it's been an experience of a lifetime, and we look forward to continued relationships.
Hi, I'm Brian Green. I'm from Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. It's been a great experience here the last couple of days in Bangkok, experiencing all the fantastic Thai culture and meeting new people. The last 2 days coaching camp here has been very exciting as well. The players are all very technical, very understanding of the game, and hardworking. I think that translates also academically to studying hard. And if they study hard and can do what they do on the soccer field in the classroom, they could come over and probably be very useful and helpful for teams in the United States at university. I certainly think their skills and what they bring on the soccer field can help universities, and as long as they're studying, they will probably have opportunities in the near future.
ก็สิ่งที่ผมได้เรียนรู้วันนี้ก็คือแบบได้เรียนโค้ชจากต่างประเทศแล้วก็ได้เรียนกับพวกเบสิกกับเขาแล้วก็การแทงบอลในเกมครับผมว่าแคมป์นี้ก็ดีครับเพราะว่าเราจะได้มีโอกาสไปเล่นแล้วก็ไปเรียนด้วยที่ต่างประเทศ
ความฝันของผมก็คืออยากเป็นนักบอลอาชีพครับผมมาแคมป์นี้เป็นครั้งแรกผมรู้สึกประทับใจครับที่ได้เล่นบอลและเรียนรู้จากโค้ชฝรั่งครับผมจะเอาแนวทางโค้ชฝรั่งไปศึกษาแล้วเพื่อไปเล่นต่างประเทศครับโค้ชเขาสอนทักษะเบสิกแล้วก็แทคติกต่างๆครับผมรู้สึกว่ามันเอาไปใช้กับในอนาคตได้ต้องขอบคุณครับ
ความฝันของผมก็อยากจะไปเล่นฟุตบอลที่ประเทศอเมริกาครับได้เป็นนักเตะแล้วก็ได้มีการเรียนควบคู่ไปด้วยแล้วก็ที่นี่ก็เป็นโอกาสที่ดีมากครับเพราะว่าโค้ชก็สามารถพาเด็กไทยไปเรียนที่มหาลัยที่นู่นแล้วก็ให้โอกาสได้เล่นฟุตบอลได้พัฒนาฝีมือแล้วก็ต่อยอดไปเล่นฟุตบอลอาชีพที่ประเทศอเมริกาได้ครับส่วนมาที่นี่ได้อะไรก็ได้เทคนิคได้เบสิกได้พื้นฐานเกี่ยวกับฟุตบอลแล้วก็ความรู้ใหม่ๆหลายๆอย่างที่เมืองไทยอาจจะไม่เคยเห็นอะไรแบบนี้ครับอาจจะเป็นเทคนิคที่เขาใช้กันนิยมใช้กันในประเทศอเมริกาอะไรแบบนี้ส่วนที่ประทับใจมากคือโค้ชเขาตั้งใจทุ่มเทสอนมากครับแล้วก็ทุกคนก็ตั้งใจกันมากด้วยก็ทำให้งานมันออกมาดีครับผม
I've been here in US College Camp for this is my second time and I come here because I like the coach from America. They help me develop my skills and I like here because the coach are very nice and kind and they teach us everything that we need to know about football. And they say if you want to be a football player, you have to train hard. So I come train with the American coach, and I hope I will make myself to be a footballer. Thank you.
Nordstrom Trunk Club. Get head-to-toe outfits styled by Nordstrom, delivered right to your door.
ใครไม่มีบอกเลยนะครับขอใหม่ได้นะโอ้มันจะถ่ายที่ร้อย
The Bushnell Wingman, the world's first Bluetooth speaker with audible GPS.
outside of 25 feet. What do you like? Make it go around the hole. Do we have any left-hand lows? Left-hand low, left-hand low, left-hand low. Hold the ball rolling down the path. So.
So if you're behind a sandbank.
Yeah!
One, two, three. 2, 3.
Bye.
One, two, three.
ไม่ต้องยกก็ได้จ้ะโอเค One, 2, 3 and stop
Good morning. I'm Mike Hughes, the head men's golf coach at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm here in Thailand at the U.S. College Golf Camp here. And we've had a beautiful couple of days. We're on our final day and we're having some competition. This has been an interesting camp. We've got to meet the Thai people and how friendly and smiling they are. We've had a chance to interact with some great student athletes, and hopefully we brought the game of golf globally from the United States over here to Thailand. I'm very happy to have been here and participated in this particular endeavor, and I hope the Thai young students that we worked with are now looking forward to coming to college in the United States. Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Holly Clark, and I'm from the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and this is my first time at the U.S. College Sports Camp and my first time in Thailand, and it has been just an incredible experience. And I think just the opportunity to be able to be here to help other campers, to help them, get them to understand what it's like to be a college golfer in the U.S. has been just a really neat and unique experience for me, and I hope a valuable one for these campers as well. Just it's an honor to be here to learn more about the culture and to understand what junior golf over here in Thailand is like.
วันนี้นะครับที่ผมได้มาเข้าค่ายที่ US College Camp นะครับก็ผมได้รู้เรื่องเกี่ยวกับการเข้ามหาลัยของต่างประเทศว่าต้องใช้คะแนนของการสอบหลายๆอย่างเช่น TOEFL ACT หรืออะไรก็ตามนะครับแล้วก็คะแนนที่จะต้องใช้แล้วก็พอรู้เรื่องคะแนนเสร็จแล้วก็ได้รู้ว่าการชิปแต่ละอย่างเนี่ยไม่จำเป็นที่จะต้องใช้เวท56 60 52อะไรอย่างนี้
You are to cut the ambassador's head off and fill it with meatballs.
It is supposed to be a fun surprise.
Okay, you want some snacks?
Okay. Okay.
สามทางคือพยายามตั้งใจฟังไว้ก่อนไม่เข้าใจก็ให้ถามนะครับลองนอนนะครับภายใต้การคุมทีมของโค้ช
It's really right in the city, kind of like Bangkok. Hopefully you guys can learn some stuff. We've definitely learned a lot. We move through the water faster.
So you have to be tight. Very much all the way up here, all the way here, nice and squeeze. And lift your hips up. Okay? All right, so can you try
แบบถึงตัวลงในการตีบอกจะผนังว่าจะลงก็เอามือผลักขึ้นมาเรื่อยๆจะทำให้ตัวลงง่ายขึ้นตัวอยู่ในแนวเดียวกันพร้อมขี่จังหวะ
What arms in the swim as fast as you can. Okay?
You are going to some of the yummy foods that aren't very good for you would include, make sure that you wouldn't have juice maybe so it's bubble.
1, 2, 3.
It's been great. Getting to work with the kids today and learn a little bit about swimming here in Thailand and impart some knowledge has been a lot of fun. Also getting to sightsee around Bangkok has been great. To one, obviously work on their swimming, trying to get faster. Another big thing would be work on their English, make sure that they're studying for the proper exams, the TOEFL, the SAT, the ACT, things like that. Also, just do as much research as you can on all the different kinds of colleges and finding out what you like, where you'd like to be in the U.S. if that's what you want. So really doing as much research as you possibly can on trying to find the right fit for you. Yeah, I think they're looking for kids that are dedicated to the sport and that love it. Each school is a little bit different on what they're looking for academically and talent-wise, so trying to find the right fit is really important to a college coach, making sure that the student-athlete really wants to be there at their school and that they'll be a contributing member for all 4 years that they're in college. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for these kids to get in front of some college coaches from the U.S. and just learn a little bit about what the process is like. Not only getting some knowledge about their technical aspects of the sport, but also being able to learn a little bit more about what the process to get into that school is like, so that they know the proper deadlines and exams and understand what it's really all about to be a college swimmer.
Hello, I'm Katie Robinson. I'm the head swimming and diving coach at Tulane University, and I'm excited to be in Thailand coaching the U.S. Colleges camp and working with the young athletes that are coming out of Thailand and getting to work with them and looking and seeing the talent in this beautiful country. It's important to me as a coach, and it's important to me personally because I love learning about new cultures, and that's something that's very big in my heart, and specifically for Thailand because I love the culture here, I love the people here, and it's important to me as a coach because I have a lot of knowledge in this area, and I would love to expand the knowledge so that other people can know how to reach a new level in the sport of swimming. Well, they're learning a lot through these last couple, or today and tomorrow. They're learning a lot about swimming and how they can get to the next level, and we're doing
ได้ความรู้ครับได้ฝึกท่าที่ถูกต้องครับแล้วก็ได้ประสบการณ์ได้พูดคุยกับโค้ชต่างชาติครับสอนเทคนิคครับเจอวิธีทำให้ว่ายเร็วโดยไม่ต้องใช้แรงมากครับทำให้ว่ายเร็วได้ง่ายครับได้ความรู้เพิ่มขึ้นพัฒนาการว่ายน้ำเพิ่มขึ้นครับได้มีโอกาสในการไปศึกษาต่อต่างประเทศพร้อมกับการซ้อมว่ายน้ำวันนี้ผมได้มาซ้อมกับโค้ชต่างประเทศครับกับโครงการ US College ครับก็ได้ในการจัดสโตรกในท่าทางต่างๆให้มันถูกต้องแล้วก็มีความเร็วเพิ่มขึ้นครับในการแข่งต่อไปมีประโยชน์ยังไงก็เหมือนกับได้เปิดโอกาสให้นักกีฬาว่ายน้ำได้มีโอกาสไปเรียนต่อต่างประเทศแล้วก็ฝึกซ้อมในต่างประเทศครับแล้วก็ต้องขอบคุณสปอนเซอร์สิงห์ด้วยครับที่ทำให้เกิดโครงการเหล่านี้ขึ้นมา